the key to that is you sign players like Rafinha, and they're coming to Barca. They've played well at Leeds United. Can they step up and show that over the next few years? And it's a sign to say, oh, we're doing something that could be good in the mid-term, the long term. With Lewandowski, it's a statement saying we win now. You don't sign Lewandowski and expect to win in 3 or 4 years' time. You sign Lewandowski and you expect to win now.
Well, as you can hear, the atmosphere continues to heat up, both in terms of temperature and in terms of atmosphere as well. It's very loud within the stadium. 57,300 fans are packing this stadium. So why don't we connect with Bruno once more to see what the fans are going through at this moment. Bruno.
And here we are with more people that are in the Camp Nou and are really excited, I think, about the new signing of Lewandowski. Guys, your names?
Aditya. Christian.
Where are you from?
Dubai.
I'm from here.
Question, easy one. How excited are you about the new signing of Lewandowski?
As excited as one can be. I can't wait to see him play for us.
I'm really excited because he's a very good player, so it's very nice to come here to see his presentation.
How important do you think that was to sign a striker number 9 in a goal machine like Robert Lewandowski?
We really needed it because we need the goals this season. I think with Lewandowski we have a real chance to win the league and the Champions League.
And also because we had some injured players, so that's why we needed someone like him.
And what about the new project, apart from the signing of Lewandowski? Do you think that this year the team can achieve many trophies?
Yeah, 100%. I'm hoping for the Champions League this year.
We have a really good team, so we hope that we could win something like this year.
Thank you very much. Well, you can hear it. People really excited, and of course, they want their team to achieve important goals this campaign.
Well, we're getting closer to the moment of the hour. You can hear. It's been a long time I haven't heard the Camp Nou like this.
Are they chanting for me? I mean, they were chanting Robert, so I don't know. I mean, who knows? Who knows? Anyway, no, a quality signing that we've made here. The fans are absolutely excited. Probably the biggest arrival since, what, maybe Antoine Griezmann or maybe before Luis Suarez. I mean, they do say that goals are the essence of football, and we've signed goals. We've signed an absolute fox in the box. He scavenges for goals. Food is goals are his food, and he's a predator. He's a predator in the box, and I'm sure we'll see lots and lots of goals this season.
How important is it as well, the fact that he has been managed under Pep Guardiola, of course, a mythical figure here within Football Club Barcelona, the fact that he already has a little bit of that knowledge of the style of play that Xavi is also trying to implement within this team?
Absolutely essential, because like I said, he's here to win in the short term, so the quicker you can adapt to Barcelona's game, the better he'll be, quicker. And that's exactly what Xavi needs. He wanted a player who could come in, fit into the team, score the goals. Aubameyang did a very good job last season with the goals. I think what Lewandowski offers is a little bit different in terms of the build-up play and linking with the rest of the team in that sense. And so I think it's brilliant that he's had years under Pep Guardiola and many other great coaches. Like I mentioned Jurgen Klopp earlier, Hansi Flick, Jupp Heynckes. He's had great coaches over the years who have added a lot to his game.
One of the important things. Sorry?
No, he's had incredible coaches.
He's had incredible coaches, yes. It's really hard to hear you, Diego. And I mean, no chance of hearing what Rick is saying, absolutely. Because the atmosphere and all the noise here is so loud. But anyway, yeah, he's had some great coaches. He talks highly of them. The last one was Nagelsmann, another proven coach. And one of the things that Barca have this season compared to last is depth. And Xavi has an arsenal of weapons to throw out there, especially in attack. Think of Dembélé, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Aubameyang, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres, Memphis. I mean, his brain must explode when he has to pick or when he has to make the choice in the first game in La Liga next week against Rayo Vallecano. But he'll love it. He'll love to have those options because we saw throughout last season how important it is to have depth, to have players that you can bring in and make it feel seamless and that the quality doesn't drop. Obviously, last season when the likes of Abde, Ferran Jutgla came in to help, they did a fantastic job. Yes. But we're not talking of the likes of Robert Lewandowski or Rafinha in that sense. So Xavi now has a chance to go out there, compete, and if someone gets injured, if someone's out for whatever reason, he has a quality substitute to bring on.
Now, Rick, being a little bit cheeky and playing coach for a little bit, I want to ask you a little particular about the duo between Aubameyang and Robert Lewandowski. Of course, teammates during their time at Dortmund, but we're seeing that Xavi has also tried to play them both in the starting 11 with Aubameyang out on the left wing?
I think it's not going to be what Xavi regularly does, but it's absolutely an option. I mean, Aubameyang playing on the left-hand side for Arsenal a lot, and he's very, very effective from there because he can start out wide, drift into the middle, and be in the right place at the right time to score. And why not put Ousmane Dembele and have 3 ex-Dortmund forwards in the attack as well? I think that could be an interesting link-up too. And when Barca really need a goal, especially late in games, maybe then it's an option to have two players whose finishing is absolutely elite, and then supply the balls to them with Pedri, Gavi, Dembele or Rafinha as well, and have both of them on the pitch. I think it's an option, yeah.
We saw in the game against New York Red Bull in the pre-season how Xavi started with Dembele, Lewandowski and Aubameyang, and it worked. It worked. Oh no, sorry, it was Rafinha. There was a game in which we started, maybe it was against Juve then. My memory's failing. I'm sorry. I wanted to make a point there. But we have seen the lineup with Dembele, with Lewandowski and Aubameyang. I do think it was the game against Juve, and it worked well. We saw Aubameyang and Lewandowski interchange positions, and Lewandowski make a couple of runs down the left-hand side, and he's still got pace there. The speed that he hit last season, his top speed was 33 kilometers per hour. That's fast. That's still fast for a 33-year-old.
Well, we're seeing that the camera is slowly but surely focusing on that Salit y Disfrutar. Welcome, Matt, as in very shortly, very briefly, Robert Lewandowski himself will take his very first steps dressed as a Barca player right here on the Camp Nou. In the meantime, though, we've been very busy here on Barca TV Plus, and we have a lot more in store for you as well. We've had many presentations of all the new signings, Rafinha, Koundé, the re-signing as well of Ousmane Dembele. I know I'm leaving somebody out here.
Christensen, Cassier.
Thank you, Christensen.
And we've got exclusive interviews with all of them on Barca TV Plus, so be sure to go and check all of those out. Very interesting things that they had to say to us upon arrival. They've all been very impressive throughout the pre-season tour. I've been very impressed with all the signings. Careful, because I think the player is coming out, Robert Lewandowski.
We'll leave you now with some of the atmosphere and ambient sounds of the Camp Nou as Robert Lewandowski treads the field of the Spotify Camp Nou.
We're waiting for the player to come out, accompanied by President Joan Laporta for the official toques, for the signing of the poster. And we'll hear their first words, President Laporta and Robert Lewandowski. We can see our cameraman coming out, walking out of the tunnel. That means that he's just about to come out. And these fans are going to go nuts.
I hope we will hear the words, Robert. That's right. I was just going to mention. The fans are absolutely going wild at this very special and historic moment as we welcome the two-time winner of the FIFA The Best Award and a top striker, Robert Lewandowski.
Look at that.
With the Barca shirt on, supporting the number 9 on the back, Rick.
It's the number of a pure killer, a goal scorer, and that's what he's going to do for Barca. He is going to be their number 9. A number 9 they haven't had explicitly since Luis Suarez, like you mentioned earlier, who was another killer. But you know, I think Robert was saying earlier, maybe the biggest signing since Suarez or Griezmann. In my opinion, I think it's bigger because Suarez, when he left, was a huge star. When he arrived, he was a great player, but he still had something to prove. Lewandowski arrives with nothing to prove.
No chance. It is loud here. And now we're going to hear from the host of this presentation, Cristina Collado, and the player and the president himself.
To the Spotify Camp Nou.
Avui en directe des
des de les grades de
live here,
i que manteniu l'energia tot i aquesta onada de calor
full of energy.
que tots estem patint. Una salutació molt
It's a very hot day today here in Barcelona.
esteu seguint en streaming des de casa.
I know you are
També us sentim molt a
watching
prop.
these live, streaming on Barca TV Plus. And welcome to Robert Lewandowski. Welcome to Barcelona.
El Robert es va incorporar a la gira pels Estats Units i allà
He arrived in the USA tour just a few weeks ago.
però calia aquesta, calia presentar-lo davant de
But
l'afició.
these had to be big here
Per això estem
at
avui
the
aquí.
Spotify Camp Nou.
De seguida l'escoltareu parlar, també el veureu en
We'll,
acció, però primer
Talk a little bit,
farem, com ja és una tradició,
but first,
el president del Barça li fa entrega
John Laporta, the chairman of the club,
del carnet de soci que el vincula amb el
gives
Barça, també
Robert
com a soci
Lewandowski
del
the
Futbol
season
Club
ticket holder
Barcelona.
as a gift.
En Robert, que ha signat com a jugador per a les properes
Signed
4
for the next
temporades.
4 seasons,
Això és per tota la vida. Això és per
but
tota
this
la
is
vida.
for life, forever.
S'ha celebrat ja la signatura del
He's
contracte
already signed
pocs minuts
early on
a l'interior de la llotja presidencial.
inside
Era
the
una signatura molt especial
director's box.
davant de tots vosaltres i és la de la lona de la Fundació.
Now he's going to sign
I
the
want you
foundation.
to sign this FC
Can
Barcelona
you please sign this?
poster, please. Com bé sabeu, aquesta lona signada. Can you sign, please, the poster? Thank you. Aquesta lona de la Fundació serà subhastada
Be
i amb els diners recaptats la Fundació continuarà treballant
for the foundation,
en tots els
working on
projectes
with all the projects
que hi ha en marxa.
all over the world.
Doncs aquí davant de tots vosaltres, en Robert, que ha signat aquesta lona de la Fundació. I ara sí, volem escoltar les primeres declaracions
Now we're going to hear
dels dos protagonistes.
first words.
Començaré donant la paraula al president
John Laporta first.
de Barcelona, senyor Laporta. Quin goig veure l'estadi
This is
així.
unbelievable.
Sí. Bon dia a tothom.
Good morning, everyone.
Visca el Barça! Robert Lewandowski, benvingut al Futbol Club Barcelona.
Welcome to Barcelona.
Gràcies pels esforços que has fet.
Thank you for your effort to come to this club.
That you did to be here today. Bé, gràcies a tots vosaltres per ser en aquesta presentació.
And thank you, everyone, for being here today.
I entenc perquè el Barça és més que un club.
Barca more than a club.
Visca el Barça! I visca Catalunya! Bé, en primer lloc, vull agrair al Robert Lewandowski per...
I'd like to thank Robert in the first place.
Creieu-me, no era fàcil.
Believe me,
No era fàcil.
hasn't been easy.
I aquesta operació fonamentalment ha sortit perquè és un jugador que vol jugar al Barça.
He's very committed to the club,
Tot el vostre suport.
and he deserves all the credit and all the support from the fans.
Després, vull fer un agraïment especial al seu representant,
His
Vini Zaha.
manager, Sahabi,
Thank you very much for your big efforts to bring the player to Football Club Barcelona. Thanks a lot, brother. Després, un agraïment especial al Mateu Alemany,
also
el nostre director
thank
de
you to
futbol.
Matteo Alemany,
Va
the sporting
negociar
director.
molt bé amb un
He's been
club
brilliant in all negotiations
molt
with
important.
Bayern Munich.
Gràcies, Mateu.
Thank
Un
you,
aplaudiment
Mateu.
per Mateu. I pel seu equip, amb el Jordi Cruyff.
And for Jordi Cruyff as well.
Tècnic del Barça. Bé, i un agraïment especial també a la família del Robert Lewandowski, començant per
Lewandowski's family,
tot
his
moment
wife,
que ha donat suport.
has been supporting all the way.
Les claus que el jugador
and he's certainly, she's one of the keys of his performances.
We know her that they take care of you in order to be fit. Bueno, bé, avui és un dia històric.
It's a big day today.
El que pensa, el que sent en aquests moments.
We want to hear Robert Lewandowski. Thank you.
Now we want to hear from you, Robert. First of all, what do you feel here that you are, as a Barça player at the Spotify Camp Nou?
Bon dia.
Good morning.
Hola, culers. Estic molt content d'estar a Barcelona.
Very happy to be in Barcelona.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
I'm very proud to be here, to be the players of FC Barcelona. That was the long way, but in the end I'm here, so my happiness is very high, and I'm sure that in this stadium we give you a lot of goals, a lot of winning, and I hope that you are support us every single game.
Espera, que falla. Ara, ja està, perdoneu. En Robert Lewandowski, que us saludava en català.
First words in Catalan.
Ens agrada que puguin aprendre
We love it.
català. Que està molt orgullós d'estar aquí, ha estat un llarg camí.
Proud of being here. It's been a long way.
Aquí trepitjant aquesta gespa on confia en poder donar-nos
And it helps to give
i moltes
goals and joy.
Robert, around 50,000 people are here today to see you. What message would you give to all the fans that join us here today and to all the thousands that are following us via streaming from home?
This is amazing that see so many fans in this stadium, Sporting Camp Nou. This is something special for me. I am pleasure to be here to see so many fans, and I'm sure that every game in Camp Nou that will be some magic in this season, because we're ready for this season, and I hope so that in the end we win the titles.
Doncs realment impressionat, en Robert, de veure així la grada tan plena. Estàs encantat de veure tants fans i confia en poder veure grans nits.
Really wants to see the team winning trophies.
For all the fans, Sunday, it will be the first game of the new season here at the Spotify Camp Nou at 8 p.m. against Pumas from Mexico. It's a traditional Joan Gamper's trophy. What do you expect of this first game?
I know that the fans coming to the stadium support us. It's also important for us, and with this support, what I see, we can give even more, and this means a lot for us. So I'm pretty sure that the last game before the season, the fans coming to the stadium, they will go and support us. This is important, and muchas gracias.
Doncs en Robert, que us espera aquest diumenge en aquest primer partit.
So Robert will be waiting for you here on Sunday, the first game, the Gamper tournament.
Ho diré en polonès. Dziękuję, Robert Lewandowski. Vol dir gràcies, Robert Lewandowski.
Thank you in Polish.
També volia fer un agraïment especial, i ho heu d'entendre, als membres de la Junta Directiva,
All
que
the
són uns valents.
directors, board, everyone, they are very brave.
Especial al Rafael Juste,
And Rafa Juste, It's been helping a lot. And I'd like to ask you all, come to the Gamper. Come to see Robert Lewandowski play here.
També històric. 5è, Robert Lewandowski, i visca el Barça!
Gràcies, president.
Thank you.
Aquest diumenge a les 8 del vespre esperem veure el camp ple pel Gamper. Robert, we'll hear you later at the press conference, but we want to see you now playing football. First of all, we take some pictures for the press. Gràcies, president.
Well, there we had the first words of Robert Lewandowski, dressed in full Barça gear, as he now partakes in the traditional touches of the ball, juggling the ball, getting supported by the fans, and what a support and welcome he's received, Robert.
They want him to get brave, they want him to get brave, it's on the head now. Nice.
Oh, the
little kiss. The little Ronaldinho there. Beautiful.
Well, very brave indeed. Look how comfortable he is on the ball in front of such a large crowd as well. I mean, that goes to show the experience as well right there, right? What we talked about before. And he's not stopping either. Oh, hey!
Robert Ronaldinho.
There we go. Incredible scenes here at the Spotify Camp Nou of Robert Lewandowski as a Barça player.
A few notes to take from what just happened. The display of enthusiasm of our president, Joan Laporta. First, I think he came on with good energy because the fans chanted his name, so that made him feel even more enthusiastic. Obviously, he knows he's made a power move here. He's made a superb signing for Football Club Barcelona. We heard from him and from the players speaking a few words in Catalan as well, which is something that fans will definitely appreciate and like. Then the other thing that was noteworthy, you mentioned it before and we've just seen it now as well. Robert Lewandowski, number 9.
Number 9, Rick, is going to be our number 9 for the season. It's official.
Yeah, and that's the number that he deserves as a player who's scored so many goals over the years. You can't say no, can you, to a player like that when they've got such a great track record as a striker. And I think the keepy-ups were incredible. And we were talking about his technique earlier. Any questions about it? There you go. That's the answer. Absolutely sensational technique.
We saw him wear number 12 during the US tour. It didn't feel natural. It felt provisional.
Exactly. And now we're seeing Robert Lewandowski partake in the traditional rondo as well with some of the players and kids from the Barça Academy, and after that he will head back into the dressing room.
Get him in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we've seen that with the other players. We saw Rafinha get in the middle, Christensen and Kessie as well. In fact, we'll see if Robert is saying, he's taking this serious. He's not going to be caught out and be caught in the middle. Oh, some skills there. Not bad. Some skills from the Barça Academy kids. As I mentioned, he will head into the dressing room after this to get changed once again, as he will take to the hot seat and address the press prior to this traditional rondo that took place. And some of the other statements that were made and really stood out, Robert and Rick, was perhaps of President Joan Laporta as well, talking about the effort that the player made to come here. We know, of course, that he was a wanted player by so many clubs throughout Europe, from the Premier League, in the French League as well. Of course, Bayern wanted to keep him as well, but it really, in the end, it was the will of the player himself to come to Football Club Barcelona that allowed him to arrive here today.
We heard from him that he wanted to make a next step in his career, not just before in the interview he gave to Barca TV Plus. He wanted to make the next step in his career, and he felt that Barca was a good opportunity here. He always wanted to play in La Liga, and he felt that this young and up-and-coming team was a project that was something that he wanted to join, to be a part of, especially that second half of the season. We've heard how that 4-0 win at the Bernabeu is such an important attraction point for all these new players who've come in. We talk about Jules Koundé, we talk about Rafinha, Robert Lewandowski as well, now signing the autographs of the autographs on the shirts of those Barca Academy kits, which is nice as well.
Nice.
One that they'll want to keep. So yeah, there was definitely an effort, because coming to Barca right now, we know about the financial situation, we know about the sporting situation as well, trophyless last season. But players still want to come to Barca, and that's important. Barca has an important power of attraction, and players are making the effort to come to us.
Exactly, to the frustration perhaps of many other clubs, Barca still, luckily for us, has that pull and attraction, Rick.
No doubt. It's one of the things that if Lewandowski was open to joining various clubs, it would have been much, much harder for Barca to negotiate a deal for him. And we saw, Laporta thanking Pinizavi as well, Lewandowski's agent, in that, because it shows you the effort they both made. They both said, we want to come to Barcelona, and that gave the club a position which they could negotiate with Bayern from, because then Bayern know the only option is Barca. They can't auction him among other clubs. Exactly. It was just Barca. And like we've seen with Koundé, Rafinha as well, those players were really the target for other clubs as well, but they waited for Barca, and that gave the club the chance to bring them. And by bringing players like this, it means in the future other players will do the same. They see, oh, Lewandowski, Koundé, Rafinha, they wanted Barca, and they'll wait as well for Barca in the future.
We saw it, in fact, of course, also with players the likes of Rafinha and Koundé as well, who were wanted by other clubs, but in the end they chose Barca as well, making an effort. Rick, Robert touched upon a very interesting point as well, the fact that Xavi is building something so interesting, something so young and dynamic. I mean, we talk often about the experience that these older players bring to the squad, but what do you think the younger players also give to these older and experienced players?
I think they give them energy. They give them the desire to win trophies. The young players are the ones that haven't won it yet. They need to win. They want to win, and so they can help motivate the older players who have amazing experience, technique, and skill. But sometimes, as you get older as a player, when you've won it all, you need younger guys to be able to help drive you on and to give you a purpose, to guide them as well. I think for someone like Lewandowski, he'll take a lot of pleasure in helping players like Ansu Fati to learn some of the things that he's learned over the years, and that's the cycle of life as a player as you get older. And I think it's important to have that blend.
We can see right now Robert Lewandowski doing the walk of honor.
That's it.
All around the stadium. So we'll actually have him right here next to us. We're going to be in well, let's say about a couple of minutes maybe. He's doing the walk past lateral, which is to our left here, saluting all the fans, greeting all the fans, thanking all the fans for being here. I mean, he heard his name being chanted here in the day of his official presentation without even having scored a goal yet for Barca. Imagine how this is going to erupt when he scores a first goal.
My goodness, Robert, I mean...
Imagine if he scores in a Clásico.
Exactly. Of course, he has experience as well scoring against Real Madrid, so that's always a welcomed feature and trait that is welcomed by Barca fans. And we heard as well him address the fans, talking about how he appreciates the support. These fans, all of us Barca fans, all of us culés are so hungry, of course, for this team to be at the top again, to reach the top once more. And I mean, I think in that regard, with all the signings that we've seen throughout the summer and the signing of this mega superstar, the likes of Robert Lewandowski, the fans will be back in the stadium like never before.
Most definitely. I'm hoping to see packed games here at Camp Nou this season. We know about the issues last season as well. There were those members who deferred and left their seats vacant for one season because the COVID situation is still a bit uncertain, a bit messy. So there was 26,000 fans who vacated their seats for a season. They'll be back this year as well, and I'm hoping that we're going to see full attendances here at Camp Nou regularly as Robert Lewandowski is approaching our position here. So we'll see. No, of course, we're going to say hello to him and see if he maybe even walks over to us. I imagine he won't. We can see.
We can get a few words. I doubt it, but you'll have to excuse us.
See our colleagues there from Barca Video, from Barca social media. Our colleague Sarah Salapur walking right by us right now. And Robert Lewandowski is walking past us now here.
The man of the hour,
the man of the hour. Didn't acknowledge us, but that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. We'll forgive him. We'll forgive him. As long as he scores the goals, we'll forgive him. He was more focused on the fans, obviously.
As he should.
As he should. They're the ones who are sitting here and have come solely to see Robert Lewandowski here at the Spotify Camp Nou today.
That's it. That's it. Looking very comfortable indeed. Looking very, I mean, he just fits right in. I mean, we talk about his experience. That surely must help on these big grand occasions, be presented in front of nearly record crowds. We saw him juggling the ball. A lot of players are a little bit timid. Doesn't always work out in the best way, but he just seems so at ease at the moment.
I was interested to see this today because he's been at Bayern for 8 seasons. That's a long time to spend at one club, and he's not, he wouldn't have had a presentation like this before because he'd been there for so long. So I was wondering if he'd show any nerves. I mean, in the box, on the pitch, never any nerves. He's ice cold in front of goal. But I wondered with all the fans, as for an event, he's quite a humble guy, even despite the quality in his career he's had. Yeah. He's quite humble and not too noisy. He's not a big showman off the pitch. But I think he's been very, very natural today. No nerves at all. Really enjoyed it. Amazing keepy-ups.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
natural.
Robert, we were before talking about making the comparisons, drawing the comparisons between his arrival and that of Ronaldinho. During the juggling, we saw him kiss the ball.
No, we saw some Ronaldinho elements in there. Yeah. Obviously, Ronaldinho was a magician. He was top level juggler there. But Robert Lewandowski introduced the kiss of the ball, leaving it on his